Say it to the camera. Say it to the camera.
I love New York, but things that I love in New York, you.
Out in the digital desert, one cowboy ain't afraid to scroll where others won't. Where the Wi-Fi is unstable, but the drama is solid gold. So pull up your bootstraps, charge your phone, and saddle up, because we're going to the Wild Wild Web.
Get up now. Yeehaw!
Hey, y'all, how you doing? I'm ready to spend my time outdoors, but I can't do that without a fresh wardrobe. But updating a wardrobe can be costly, and that's why I signed up for VIP on Fabletics. New VIPs unlock huge savings on their first purchase, which made it easy for me to pick out something that's kind of out of my comfort zone. And like me, all of their pieces are versatile. They have pieces that you can work out in, but also wear out too. From matching sets to lightweight hoodies and joggers, they have the kind of stuff that you can throw on in the morning and not think about, which I love. Shop now at fabletics.com/Eric to get 70 to 80% off everything when you sign up as a new VIP. Take a quick style quiz and be sure to select Eric when prompted to unlock your 70 to 80% off. This is a limited time offer, so don't wait. Again, that's fabletics.com/Eric for 70 to 80% off everything as a new VIP. Divas, I have a confession to make. I cannot stop spending money. Thanks to Rocket Money, I was actually able to discover how much I was actually overspending. But I had no idea that I was subscribed to apps I've never even heard of. Luckily, I've discovered Rocket Money, which can track subscriptions and even has the ability to cancel all the unwanted ones. It has saved users over 880 million in canceled subscriptions. Rocket Money has been such a game changer, and I know it will be for you too. Whether you're trying to save up for that big trip or looking to start your own budget, Rocket Money will help. The app can consolidate your checking, saving, loans, and even investments into a single dashboard that gives users a clear view of their financial picture. Rocket Money is a personal financial app that helps find and cancel unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps lower your bills so you can grow your savings. Let Rocket Money help you reach your financial goals faster. Join rocketmoney.com/wildweb. That's rocketmoney.com/wildweb. rocketmoney.com/wildweb. Hi, guys, and welcome to another episode of Wild Wild Web with me, your host, Eric Cedeno. If you guys are new here, welcome to the rodeo. I'm your sheriff. This is our most wanted, our guest of the week. They deserve a proper intro. An OG YouTuber.
I've wanted to be on the show for a long time.
Oh my God. I'm so excited that you're here.
I feel like our hearts are touching.
And they will. What?
I think they already are, whether I want them to or not.
Yeah, I feel spiritually.
Yeah.
Emotionally.
What is your Capricornio sign? Whatever the.
I'm a Virgo. You're a Leo.
What are Virgos known for? Are you a Virgo? Is that they're not that purity? Like you're an innocent?
I'm a virgin. By nature.
So you're like a milky kind of a. There's something very pure about milk.
Yeah, I feel very
You have
milky.
milk energy.
Like skim or 2%?
2%, honey.
2%? Okay.
Yes, you're fit.
I'm giving whole.
With a capital H.
Oh, wait. No, take that back.
I don't know if we can. We all heard it.
Okay, today's most wanted is an OG YouTuber.
Yes, OG YouTuber.
Comedy legend.
Anthony Padilla.
A character-making machine. Please welcome Brandon Rogers.
Oh my God, I am a machine. You know, that's what they call me in bedtime.
Yeah,
I'm a machine.
That's what you're known for?
Yeah, I just never stop. Enough about my sex life. How's your day going so far?
I'm doing pretty good. I got breakfast.
What'd you eat out?
I had a breakfast burrito. I'm in LA. I gotta have a breakfast burrito.
Everyone in LA eats either breakfast burritos or fucking the toast with the green shit on it.
You don't like an avocado toast?
Everyone likes avocado toast, but all I'm saying is that Californians are obsessed with breakfast burritos and anything with avocado in it. Because did your shit have avocado in it?
My shit?
Well, your burrito.
It did. It did. It have some nice guacamole mixed up in it. Had a little bit of potato. Had some bacon. I put some hot sauce on it.
That's actually very classy.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can't go wrong with guacamole and bacon. You could put that on ice cream. I'd eat it up.
Yeah. I just think it's like the flavor. And avocado is a superfood.
Yes. And we live in like one of the avocado hotspots, California. Are you from California?
I'm from Texas. Did you see the yeehaw on me?
Oh my God.
Do I look like a cowboy?
You do look like a cowboy. I feel out of place.
Yeah, see, take the hat.
Eat my ass, partner.
Oh, see, you're good at it.
Yeah, I watched a lot of Dr. Phil.
Welcome to the wild, wild web.
Welcome, Wild Wild Web, and here's what we're gonna get down: gay, dirty, and flirty.
We're gonna nasty in the mud.
Oh my God, what episode is this?
2. No,
Oh my word. Oh my God, I'm sorry. I'm being
oh, wait, I do
an
need to say
asshole.
thank you to the deputy of the week. We have our viewers are our deputies.
Oh my God.
And every
Thank
week
you.
we highlight a fan from the show who makes me laugh in the comments. So our deputy of the week is Tessa Dye because they commented wig budget is infinite.
That's not a wig.
This is my toupee. Can you tell? A little bit right
Actually,
here?
it's very obvious now.
Yeah, I feel like it lifts a little when I get excited, so you'll probably see it fly up.
I've noticed you've been excited a few times off camera, and I saw way back on your hairline.
Hairline's really back here.
I thought I was doing an episode of Welcome to Dairy for a second.
Yeah, exactly.
So you're Virgo. What are you known for? Are you
I'm an August Virgo, so I'm like special.
Oh, okay. So you come right after the Leo.
Yeah, I'm like right after the Leo. I feel like
Leos always come first. I'm so sorry.
they do.
We're just greedy.
Leos are greedy, nasty, evil. Would you like to apologize to the camera?
I'm sorry for being the best. No, here's the thing. Sometimes evil's good, but no, Leo. I'm a good Leo, and I haven't met a Leo I don't like either. I think I like Virgo. Actually, I don't know a single Virgo.
You don't know any Virgos?
I don't think I know one now.
We're here to fight.
Oh,
So that's actually why I brought you
well,
here.
you're representing your people, and so far you're not off to a great
Well,
start.
okay, Beyonce's a Virgo.
Oh, okay.
Zendaya's a Virgo. Amy Poehler.
I like Parks and Recreation.
I love that show.
It's a good show.
That used to be my comfort show back in the day.
It's my comfort show now. I'm doing a rerun.
Really?
Yeah, I did one of The Office. I'm doing one of and then I'm probably going to do another of, I don't know. Oh, and Mad TV. I'm going back and rewatching
Mad
episodes.
TV.
That is so nostalgic because I didn't realize what a time capsule that show is, because
Yeah.
they're making fun of pop culture, and then they have like musical guests and all these other like special,
Yeah.
and they really cast people who are really hot at that specific time.
Mm.
So it is a time capsule. I feel very 2006 right now.
I feel like humor is very topical and like it kind of is, it lives in the time it was, like not always, but for a while.
It is a reflection of what we are going through. It is a
Exactly.
reflection of and oftentimes I think the best humor reflects what is hurting us the most right now.
Yeah.
And Mad TV really went there back then. And I don't know. I feel like there are still comedians who go there today, but
I feel like you go for it.
I try to keep that
I saw
energy
your-
alive.
I saw that video you just made, your ice video.
Yeah, them.
Yeah.
Being TV's most qualified therapist.
I'm gay.
No, you are a terrorist, and I will kill you.
I wish that was a script that I came up, but he actually did like go with them. And I saw this video of him going on like ice raids, and I'm like, that's a fucking video right there. I just want to like play him joining.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I feel like comedy reflects where we are in society, and it's a great way to handle shit you really aren't allowed to talk about or don't want to talk about.
Yeah. I feel
No.
like laughter is healing.
Of course, yeah.
It's like the easiest way to become a friend with someone. It's like to make them laugh.
Laughter is a sign of intelligence, number one. Number two, it's a sign of like the soul. Like we don't teach ourselves to laugh. I mean, babies laugh. No one taught that. It's a reflex, like shitting and coming. You know, it's like don't laugh at that. Babies don't. Okay, you know what? Look, okay, I'm making bad analogies, but you get what I'm saying.
And on that
Goddamn.
note,
The important thing is that you giggled. You're laughing, and so I'm clear.
okay, so speaking of children,
There is only one thing worse than a rapist. Boom. A child. No.
I like that they left the no in there.
I do like they left the no in there. Like that is one of the best vines of all time.
That's the only Vine of mine that blew up where I'm the straight guy.
Oh, really?
Where I'm not like the weird one in the room, where it's like he's the weird one in the room,
Yeah.
a child. And you know what's crazy is that when we shot that, sometimes when I shoot something that will eventually go viral, I kind of know in that moment, like this, or at least this has the potential by itself to be something.
Mhm.
And that's why in that show, I put that's the very top of the episode is that moment. Because I needed that joke. If they click away from that video, if there's one thing they see, it needs to be that joke.
It is good.
And I still love that joke to this day. And that joke wouldn't be funny if it wasn't for Nick Rose, who's the gentleman who played the guy, a child. Like that
Yeah.
stare in his eyes. I met him in an improv class, and I saw that stare in his eyes. I'm like, I need that for something.
It is
Anyway,
so good. It's like it's the turn to camera too. A
a child, and
child.
he's so sure of it.
Yeah.
He's like you right, a child, right? So yeah, it's just. And when I remember watching playback of that, going like, "That's the." I think he did 1 or 2 takes of that, and we're like, "That's it, that's it." And I'm so
So
glad other
good.
people thought the same thing.
I know.
Yeah.
Were you the one who posted it on Vine? Or
No,
I
I actually none of the clips of mine that blew up on Vine were ever posted by me.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I thought, because I feel like you didn't get recognition for all, like, your Vine
It
moments.
made me so mad because my characters are going viral and I'm
Yeah.
not. And it's
Yeah.
almost like my characters got famous before I did, which honestly with a lot of comedians that's the case.
Mm.
Mr. Bean, Pee Wee Herman, Charlie
Yeah.
Chaplin, we know the clown, but we don't really know the person who's making the stuff behind it as until later, right?
Yeah.
And so that was kind of infuriating that I was putting and people didn't think I was the same person.
You look different in all your
Right, and
characters.
so they're
Yeah.
I'm like, "No, that's all me, that's all," and so luckily, I mean, the Fine Brothers came along and they made a video, outlining, like, this is all the same actor, and this is his YouTube channel where all of these clips came from, and there's a lot more clips that he's made for over a decade that you can go through, and so that rabbit hole that I created over 10 years that I thought was a waste of time eventually was what gained me the traction I have now because people found my channel and they go, "Oh my god, there's like 10 years of sketches that he's done."
So many sketches.
And
Like,
so many of the like, I never once made a sketch. My sketches were cringy back in the day, but never once did I make a sketch, like half-assed. I really did put my whole effort into it. Yeah, film has always been something I'm obsessed with ever since I was a child. Like,
yeah, I feel you can see it. Hey, y'all, how you doing? I'm a good Christian Southern woman, and, well, you know what that means. The Lord's season spring is finally here. I'm ready to spend my time outdoors, but I can't do that without a fresh wardrobe. But updating a wardrobe can be costly, and that's why I signed up for VIP on Fabletics. New VIPs unlock huge savings on their first purchase, which made it easy for me to pick out something that's kind of out of my comfort zone. And since everything they have is premium, soft, breathable, and built to last, I know it's worth it. And like me, all of their pieces are versatile. They have pieces that you can work out in, but also wear out too. From matching sets to lightweight hoodies and joggers, they have the kind of stuff that you can throw on in the morning and not think about, which I love. Shop now at fabletics.com/Eric to get 70 to 80% off everything when you sign up as a new VIP. Take a quick style quiz and be sure to select Eric when prompted to unlock your 70 to 80% off. This is a limited time offer, so don't wait. Again, that's fabletics.com/Eric for 70 to 80% off everything as a new VIP. Divas, I have a confession to make. I cannot stop spending money. I have been getting blowout after blowout after blowout, and as you can see, it's all been worth it because of my mom. Thanks to Rocket Money, I was actually able to discover how much I was actually overspending. Not on my Bob, that budget will always remain intact. But I had no idea that I was subscribed to apps I've never even heard of. Luckily, I've discovered Rocket Money, which can track subscriptions and even has the ability to cancel all the unwanted ones within the app with just a few dainty little taps. And I'm so petite, so I'm just like really makes it a lot really easy, like really makes it easy for me. It has saved users over 880 million in canceled subscriptions. I just love because God only knows what else I've been subscribing to. And I love how you can even customize within the app and create your own categories. So that way I can have my Bob budget all on its own and I can set a goal for each month. Rocket Money has been such a game changer and I know it will be for you too. Users who create a financial goal with Rocket Money end up saving an average of $70 in the first 30 days. Whether you're trying to save up for that big trip or looking to start your own Bob budget, Rocket Money will help. The app can consolidate your checking, saving, loans, and even investments into a single dashboard that gives users a clear view of their financial picture. Now, go on, pause this video, and go download Rocket Money today. Rocket Money is a personal financial app that helps find and cancel unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps lower your bills so you can grow your savings. Let Rocket Money help you reach your financial goals faster. Join rocketmoney.com/wildweb. That's rocketmoney.com/wildweb. rocketmoney.com/wildweb. And I also feel like there's so much sketch comedy on like TikTok now. I feel like you were some of the influence to like get people there.
Oh, thank
Do you
you.
know what I
Well,
mean?
I hope that like because there were a lot of sketch comedians in the '90s who made me feel that way,
Mhm.
and a lot of I'm very analytical. When I watch something and it makes me feel a certain way, I'm like, well, what about this made me feel that? And with sketch comedy, I was very I could see the ingredients. You know what I mean? Like I know
Yeah.
why this sketch made me feel good, and it's all affordable. It's all something I could do at home, or once I got a job, I'm like I can afford the props or the equipment to make because it really a lot of what was made me laugh, like The Office, Parks and Arrested Development. A lot of these shows, the gags weren't expensive; they were just well thought out. It's like if
Yeah.
you just spend time writing a gag that you really believe in, and that's more valuable than like if you have a massive studio with like a famous actor. Or, you know what I
Yeah,
mean? And
100%.
so, yeah, and as a kid, I wasn't drawn to stardom. I wasn't drawn to a movie because it had an actor in it. I was drawn to a movie because of like the direction or the pacing, the story, but rarely was it, the actor. So anyway, I'm sidetracking. I don't even remember what the you asked me. I'm
No,
sorry.
no, I'm like, this is awesome to hear. I think my favorite is Move, I'm Gay.
Oh yeah. Oh my God.
Move, I'm Gay.
That
That one's so good.
I'm making copies. Move. I'm gay.
I feel like that one inspired me to be gay. It was
oh,
it's all your fault.
I'm glad. Well, you know what? I'm glad you're a fag, and I'm glad I did it. At that time, I worked in an office. That was the office I worked in.
Really?
That was one of the clips that got me out of the office, to work do YouTube full time. That was one of the launch pads. It was that
Oh.
video. And I remember my boss brought me into his office when he saw that clip blow up, and he was like, "How much time do you have left here at this company before you're gone? Because I'm
Mm.
trying to time out your projects, make sure you finish your deadlines before you leave." And I thought that was very sweet that he already accepted my resignation and he was already fine with it. He was just like, "Can you finish what you've already started before you?" And I was
Yeah.
like, you don't just suddenly get rich on YouTube when you're famous. It
Yeah.
takes, you have to,
You have to build.
and it takes at least a month before that first paycheck comes in. And then,
Mm.
and so I was probably at that job for maybe another 3 or 4 months before I left it.
Oh,
But
wow.
if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't, because he allowed me to film in the office. He allowed me to, and I was the only gay person there. And to an extent, it did feel a little bit like Move, I'm Gay. It felt like people would always like get out of my way or like treat me with a certain kind of grace because I was a minority in a certain way that no one else was.
Mm.
Also, it was like almost entirely Chinese law firm, and I'm this like loud, expressive, wide-eyed, brown person that's like tromping through there with
Yeah.
my hair was like bright red at the time, and I would wear flashy clothes, and this was like a very quiet conservative office, and I didn't quite fit in there, but it was a interesting. I worked there for like almost 4 years.
I had a full-time job before I got into content, and I feel like it really set me up to
Mm.
understand how to, be successful online.
I think it's important.
100%. Because I feel like some people don't get that, but for me, I really needed it to, learn how to be organized, learn how to be on time, learn how to
Mm.
hit a dedeadline. I really had to learn how to be responsible and to be an adult before I learned how to make content full-time. So I feel like that really set me up.
That's a blessing too, because and
Yeah.
I think I feel the same way. There's a lot of people that I'm friends with. I won't drop names, but a lot of people I know who are famous just went straight from high school to that.
Yeah.
And and I'm not saying they're great people. They're kind-hearted. They're sweet, but there was a softness to them in certain aspects of life.
Yeah.
There is a unpreparedness to certain, and I know these people very well, and I love them to death. But there is a certain kind of well, how do that they have.
Mm.
How do and it's like something that you and I would probably think like, well, that's normal. Normal people have to do that thing.
Yeah.
You just never learned how to. And I'm sure we've all worked with people like that. That get fit.
Our lesbian in the room. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh yeah.
I'm
They
just
just
joking.
suddenly they just never and I think that there was a certain kind of I could talk all day about this shit. I worked at Best Buy and then I worked at Hilton.
I worked at Best
Get
Buy.
you look like someone who'd work at Best Buy.
I had glasses and a buzz cut. I was straight.
I'm sure you were.
I was
And
straight
then you
back
went to
then.
Best Buy and left there because pounded the straightness out of you.
It was so straight.
What department did you work in?
I was in the back room. I was doing
You
I was
look
stock
like one of the backroom trade fuckers that were always in the vest, and
wait, trade?
you look like what year did you work at Best Buy?
Oh my god, I wanna say 2015.
That's recent.
Worked there 3 months, and then I was like, "I can't do this." And I went, you know what? I moved over. I went to a Christian furniture store. I got hired for my smile. "Hi, how are you?"
It's a good smile, yeah.
I got hired for my smile. I think it was a Christian furniture store. I was at the front. I was like, "Hey, welcome in." All the Christian women with their big hair in Texas were like, "Okay."
Love I love I mean, they a spade's a spade, and they call it.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I love Texas women. I just have to say, I
I
spent
love.
almost all of COVID at in Texas.
What part?
Bernie, San Antonio.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. I'm
Mhm.
from Dallas,
I love
but
Dallas. You know, the fucking, Roundup is my favorite.
I was just talking about Roundup. It's every type of gay person you've ever seen in your life in one bar.
It's also, I think, the best laid out gay bar ever. Probably the best floor plan of a bar ever that
Yeah,
I've been to because the flow, you can just walk all around that place and like never get
bogged
bogged
down.
out. Yeah, exactly.
There's only one part well, like, there's, like, the upper stage, like, viewing of the dance floor area. Do you know what I'm talking
I've
about?
never been there.
You've never
Oh,
been
wait, you mean the perimeter of the room where it's higher up?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah,
and
yeah.
you go up. That was one time I got stuck up there. That was the only time I've
It can
ever
get
gotten
packed as shit,
Yeah.
especially in that outer ring.
But the outdoor area is great.
The upstairs patio.
Upstairs
No,
patio is
everyone
great.
knows they're skipping this part because they have no idea. You should, if you live near Dallas, you go to the Roundup, especially on a Friday or a Saturday night, especially if you like cowboys. Oh my God, it's like real cowboy. It's not like I grew up in Livermore, and there's a lot of fake cowboys in Livermore.
Oh, okay.
But you're from like real deal Dallas.
Yeah, they're
Mhm.
being their cowboy boots.
Mhm.
They're really giving, like, man trade cowboy.
Yes, they're serving it on a gold fucking platter.
I love that. That was the first time I ever saw pup.
Oh, my first time was in Colorado.
Oh,
In
really?
Denver, yeah.
How did you feel?
I was at a foam party. I didn't realize it was a foam sex party. I've actually never talked about this before, and I've been dying to bring it up casually. I was doing a con in Denver, and then I met a gay at a bar who brought me into his group of friends, and they brought me with their I gays are like we're like amoebas or like cells that like absorb other cells.
Yeah,
Like, come on, join
yeah,
our group. Let's go. And then next thing you know, we're like 8 people in a car
yep.
zooming down the road, listening in something faggy, Beyonce, Lana, I don't know what. But then we
Yeah.
go to this after party, this like after hours thing at like 4 in the morning, and I go into a room and it's foam up to your neck. And I'm like, oh, this is fun. I didn't realize the foam was acting as like sort of a privacy to whatever was happening under the foam. Next thing you know, I'm getting touched and diddled and twisted and fiddled. And that's when I met a pup. That's where I was going with this story. That's when I met a pup. And then, bitch, guess what happened?
What?
This motherfucker who he must have been, I don't know what, he must have been like beyond drunk or beyond, he was
Yeah.
like on something. He starts screaming. He goes, Brandon Rogers from Hell of a Boss in the middle of this fucking foam fury. And I'm just like, no, I don't want, it was, it instantly turned into a nightmare. And I left. I left. And it was awful. Oh, and then I met a guy there that night, and his background was a hell of a boss background. And so,
Are you
yeah, and
serious?
so that was the last time. I'm like, I'm probably not gonna just go to like sexy things like this willy nilly because you never know who you're going to find there.
Yeah.
I need to go to one with, I don't know, like where famous people go to.
Wait, how did you feel about the pup?
The pup was adorable. Actually, the pup was the one with the hell
Huh?
of a boss background.
Oh, people don't know what a pup do you not know what a pup is? A pup is like a gay guy who likes he's like into how would you describe it? Like dog play?
It's like the idea of like
That sounds so crazy. Like they'll have a leather mask that is in the shape of a dog.
it's hotter than it sounds, I will say that. I've never done pup stuff. I don't even think I've done a pup, but it's usually guys that are usually like twunks that are in a pup mask that they like to be on all fours
Fours,
and they
yeah.
like to be like it's like a form of I don't want to speak for that because it's not my kink and
I
so I don't want to
know.
like speak for it.
The pups are gonna come for
It's
us.
sexy. I will say it's hot. Like I'm not. It's not usually like. It's not like I'm some old pit bull and I'm gonna your guts out. It's not like that. Grow up, you guys. It's like a hot, beautiful.
Well, there's, like, also an anonymity to it because 'cause you're in a mask, like, covering your
That part is
face.
hot. You don't know who the person
Yeah,
is.
you don't know
It's
who it is, and it's like and then also it's like
there's something
it's like
just
a
hot about
dominance thing as
masks.
well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dominance. It's like a sub-dom type exchange. It's a form of sub-dom exchanges, I suppose. But it is the anonymity of it is kind of cute.
Yeah. Well, and it's like would you say it's like a step away from furry or not really?
I think it's definitely treading in that territory.
Yeah, it's like getting in
And
well,
I've
they're
seen
on
I've
oh my
seen
god.
some in betweeners where it's like they have the furry mask, but then like they have like their abs and fucking muscle, and they have like their paws on, but then like this is all bondagey,
It's all body.
and it's like but here's the thing: once you leave your species, it's kind of just.
Just do it. Just have fun with it.
Just have fun with it. And that's the thing. That's the motto that I go by. If you're not hurting yourself or you're not hurting anyone else, what anyone thinks what you're doing.
Exactly.
That's really the only requirement because you're all we exist in this fraction of time between two eternities where we spend most of our life being someone we think someone else wants us to be.
Yeah.
I think also part of the whole like wearing a mask thing, not just pups and shit like that, but like just wearing a mask is like maybe they have some kind of shame around what they're, and it's like a cool way of like, oh, well, now I can like do group stuff without like my identity being attached to it.
Oh, probably freedom. It gives you freedom
right.
to like not be seen. Do you feel that way? Like when you're in a space where you can be recognized, like at that sex party, you like don't feel free anymore.
No, and I don't like it doesn't feel I thought that before I was a public thing, I thought that being recognized anywhere would feel fun and good, and it doesn't.
Not every time.
I've been recognized at a proctology appointment. I've been recognized, obviously, at the foam party. I got These are not places that I want to be Brandon Rogers. There are some places, a lot of places actually, where I like to be another fucking pretty face in the crowd, and I just want to exist as like another party goer.
There's freedom in not being recognized. Like
There
there really is.
yeah.
Like, and also like even I was taking an improv class and a girl recognized me and I was like, I don't feel as free as if like I could just like f up and be bad at this.
Because you're under a certain form of scrutiny once you're recognized.
And then I'm like, is she gonna be like, oh, this guy I did a class with, he's on TikTok and he sucks? Or like, I don't know. Like I just like I start overthinking. So I don't know.
No, 100%. I feel the same way.
There's like
Yeah.
more freedom in not having any like preconceived notion of who you are.
I loved going to new schools when I was a kid because that meant when I went to a new school, I was no longer in the box that the last school put me in. And I got
Yeah.
bullied a lot, but there was an element on the first day of school at a new school. There's like a sort of freedom of like, I'm not getting bullied today because they don't know who the I am today. But maybe
Yeah.
after a while, when they start seeing how I am, or that I'm into drawing, or that I don't like playing sports, then I'll get bullied, and then I'll go to another school, and then it's a clean slate.
Well, no, that's like actually perfect for our next thing. We do like a segment called the Origin Trail.
The Orgy Trail.
Well, that's next. But the Origin Trail, which is like, where did you meet the internet? Like, how old were you when you found the internet? And like, what was the first thing you loved about it?
Well, I was making videos long before I was touching the internet.
Mhm.
When I was a little kid, I was obsessed with stop motion. I would do like make my action figures come alive, and then once I learned how to use a video camera, I was obsessed with doing like fake like talk show segments. Like I would do fake
Oh,
Jerry
really?
Springer. I'd get my friends to come over and they'd be like the audience, and we would just do something in my backyard, or if we'd find a place, and then I learned very quickly a location is your number one thing. Actors, as much as I love my friends would always be there. They would always be, but it's the location. If you could find a cool location, then
Yeah.
like film shit in it. And so once I started going to college, that place opened up because the college is a very liberal, and they were like, yeah, film whatever. It's art. Film wherever you want
Yeah.
at the college. And so we had auditoriums and lounges and offices we could film in. So a lot of my work then, I just started, and that was around the time YouTube was coming out. It was like when I
Mhm.
graduated high school, going into college. The fact that there was a website where you could share video without the buffer time of like others' websites, because
Yeah.
anytime you sent a video, that shit had to load. But
Yeah.
YouTube, they figured out the formula. Just send a link to someone in China, they could pull it up. Well, I don't know about China, but like, so send a link to someone somewhere else in the world,
Yeah.
and you could get it to start playing just like that. That was mind blowing to me. And so I was already obsessed with film. I was obsessed with costumes, makeup, writing, storytelling. So film is I think it's really the only art form that embodies every other art form. You could argue
Yeah.
music too because of music videos, but then that's a form of film. It's
Yeah.
like film really, you work with every other kind of artist. And once YouTube came out, I was like, well, there's a place where I can exercise every fucking creative itch that I have, put it in one MP4, send that out or MOV at the time, and you send that out to the world. Anyway, I couldn't not, like the day that YouTube became public, I couldn't not do it.
So do you think that's like the first thing you loved about the internet was YouTube? Or
Yeah.
like,
I remember when I was a kid.
Well, what type of kid were you?
I'll tell you. Well, it's not sharing videos. It's wider than that. It's self-expression.
Yeah.
Because when I was
yeah.
a child, I remember thinking this too. When AOL or when the internet like first became consumer reachable.
Mhm.
I remember thinking, well, because my dad said you can upload files and share them to people all over the world, and that idea made me think, so I could upload, and I'm not even kidding. I was like 9 years old when I had this thought, long before any kind of social media.
Mhm.
I was like, it would be cool if we can go on a vacation and take pictures because we would always take pictures from our vacation, but it would just go in a photo album where no one would look at it. I said,
Yeah.
wouldn't that be cool if we could upload these vacation photos or videos from our vacation and put them in a place where, like, my cousins in Canada can watch it? And
Mm.
I thought, wouldn't, and I was 9 years old. So when YouTube hit the internet, it was a no brainer. I was like, it happened. It's here. This thing that
Yeah.
I've wanted since I was a kid is here. And at that point, I was 17 years old when I made my YouTube account. At that point, I was, when you're in high school, that's like the age where you're really like, I think it's one of the most creative times in people's lives. It's before you're washed into adulthood after that.
Yeah.
And at that age, I have a whole book of short stories at home that I've written. A lot of them I've made into videos eventually, but when YouTube came out in 2000, I think it was 2005, just immediately I was like, "Oh my god, I need to hit the ground running." Like, there is now a portal that has opened up for me to sprint straight through.
Yeah.
And I feel like I haven't stuck because I remember the mission when I made my YouTube account, I made it in my high school library, the one that I still upload to today. I my whole goal was I wanna be a place where people can check out for, like, a couple minutes. And it's one thing to see a comedy movie, but that's like a whole thing. It's like, an hour and a half there, you have to drive to
Yeah.
the theater, or you could, watch back then we didn't have streaming, so you could, either turn on the television or go to Blockbuster and rent them. Either way, there was no kind of quick comedy that you could just
Mhm.
grab instantly, and so I wanted to be this kind of place where people, and I didn't wanna have videos that you needed to see other videos to get the reference of, unless I'm doing like a series where it's like a five-part thing.
Yeah.
All of my standalone videos, you don't need prior context to get the jokes of. And so, from day one, I just wanted to be a place where you could just watch any video and not, even if you saw nothing else I've made, and get the jokes.
So you were always like a really creative kid then? Like you were always like just like making and creating and coming up with ideas and like executing kind of a vibe?
Yeah, and I really, I do sympathize for people who don't know what they wanna do, because I think there are a lot of very interesting people who never know what they wanna do their whole life, and
Yeah.
I think they're interesting and talented and amazing, and they're good at a lot of things, but from day one, I think I always knew what I wanted, but the world, I grew up in a very practical family, and they
Mhm.
supported me, but they were like, "But you're gonna be an accountant, or you're gonna be a dentist, or you're gonna be something
Mhm.
practical, right? You're not gonna be an entertainer." Like,
Yeah.
they did support, my joy of entertaining, but they didn't, they prepared me for a different world, and so, yeah, I'm very happy that what was your question? I'm so sorry. I was, like, creative from day one.
No, but like what type of kid were you? Were you said you were
Dude, I recently went to my mom's house. Oh, I still am. I was from day one. I found 5 hours of footage in the attic of me just as a, because back then, like nowadays, we'll film stuff that's specific, like your graduation, or we'll film. But back then, people with like cameras, they would just film like what an afternoon was like, or they would just film
Yeah.
like you around the house. That was very common back then. They just
Yeah.
film time. And so I just found 5+ hours of footage of me from like, 3 years old to like 7 years old, of just me being a kid. And I see myself playing with other kids, playing with the family. And I'm like learning so much about myself because there's so much that I thought I learned, or that I became, but I'm seeing this footage, I'm like, "No, I was this from day one." They
Yeah.
filmed the first time I ever put on a wig, the first time I ever hold a camera, they were rolling the camera and you see my reaction. I'm like, "Oh my that's you I'm seeing," and it blows my mind that, like, I can capture and then rewatch it later, and, like,
Yeah.
that blew my mind as a kid, and I'm seeing all of the ingredients that kind of were there from the beginning. In another parallel universe, I might have been a drag queen, or I might have been just a writer.
You were saying you're like in between clown and a drag
In
queen.
between, yeah, I think that, well, first of all, they're very, very I mean, it's like a
They're
Venn
adjacent.
diagram,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I was actually just talking with Maddie Morphosis about this on her podcast. I mean, there are so many forms of drag that aren't being at a bar on a stage getting tips, and we were talking about, like, she's an example of, because she doesn't do that either. She does her
No.
show, and she does, she's an online personality,
Yeah.
and so am I, but what we're both doing is dressing up in a form of self-expression, and then presenting ourselves to an audience, and giving them a, s- y- y- our are whole with a W as an artist. So anyway, I think that, yeah, I am cut from the cloth of a drag queen for sure.
Oh,
And
I think even, like, for me, like, I would get on YouTube and watch drag queens be funny and, like, be
yeah,
bitchy and evil to each other, and, like, I stole so much, like, of my humor from that,
yeah,
and even just seeing, like, these men in wigs be mean to each other, and then I'm like, "Well, I'm gonna slap a wig on,
yeah,
and let me make a joke in a wig."
yeah,
It's so much more fun to make a joke in a fucking wig, like,
yeah,
I think, like,
it is.
it's so much not, like, easier, but you just, like, get there faster
Yeah,
because it's, like, we're so
100%.
ridiculous to be a little bob on, like, shaking it.
Also, you know what that does is it breaks down your need to be attractive in that way.
I think that's, like, so important. You have to let go of, like, feeling like you have to be pretty to be fun.
Bingo. Yeah, no, you have to let go. You have to let go of that shit.
One of my best friends, he's the funniest person you'll ever meet in your life. You put a camera in front of him, yeah, so it's like, yeah, and then, like,
I hate that shit. They turn into trade time.
I'm like, just be a
Just
like,
be a
just
fucking dude.
like, you are so funny, and then, like, as soon as the camera's on, he's like, just be funny. Like, what happened to you?
You know what though? I will say, and this took a moment for my ego to come back from this one, but I had a guy confirm what I always like. There was a guy that I was hooking up with a few years ago, and he didn't know who I was, and that for some reason just gets me going. When a guy does not know who I am, I'm like, again, like moving to a new school, I could be anyone I want to be, and
Yeah.
I'm sure every can relate to that element. But this guy didn't know who I was, and after maybe about a year into us, like we casually seeing each other, he finds a video of mine, and he says, "Is this you?" And I said, "Yeah." And he goes, "Wow, that's really funny." And he liked it and he subscribed and everything. And then he said, "Wow, I don't know, I'm kind of glad we met before I found the videos." And I'm like, "Yeah, that's exactly why I don't like it." Because there's like me, and then there's like, I don't know, there's me in real life. And I think that,
Well, what people see is always gonna be, like, surface level. You're never gonna get the full picture of who you are as a person. So when you
yeah,
see you being, like, ridiculous and funny, I feel like there's an expectation that's, like, who you are all the time in
yeah.
the world.
And I'm really not that in real life. I'm here in interviews and like when I'm out doing shit, but like at home or when I'm with friends, I really give boring straight energy like everywhere I go.
Don't say that. Don't talk about yourself that way.
I know, I know. It's why I hate myself so much. I look in the mirror and I see Breeder, and I say being gay was the best choice I ever made. But no, where was I going with this? I can't remember anything I'm so sorry. I have really bad ADHD. I'm pretty sure I'm a few other things too on that rainbow of things. I really am. Especially watching that footage of me as a kid. If I saw that kid now, I would think I can't keep on a subject. The channel's always changing in my brain.
But that's good. I feel like that's why okay, that's actually a good segue because 'cause we're gonna talk about all your different
Oh
characters.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But I think because 'cause you're so able to shift gears in your brain, and you, like, do you, like, think as different people? Like, when you're a different character, do you, like, think about, like, all the things that they would say or do different from yourself?
Yeah, I really get into it. I believe in having character thoughts. There's an teacher, Jack Plotnick, who's an actor I work with a lot. He teaches a class, and one of the things he talks about is like having these thoughts of the character.
Yeah.
And when you get into it and you really think like the character, and really like put the sentences together in your mouth, not in a way you've memorized them, but like your brain's forming them. It is when you think like the character, it does give. And I'm not saying go full method like. And what's that guy who played the Joker who was like putting you heard about all the weird
Jacqueline
shit.
Phoenix?
Not the no,
Oh, Elvis.
the twink Joker. Oh my god, I'm about to flip. No, Jared Leto.
Jared Leto.
Now I don't even know where the I was talking about. Why am I talking about Jared fucking Leto?
Wait, who's the guy who did Elvis?
Oh, Meth Head. Yes.
what
No, Method. Yes. Okay. Okay, Method. Yes.
What
I
about Austin Butler?
wait, which one's Boston Butler?
He's the one who can't stop talking like Elvis because he method acted for too long.
It was all in pieces and stuff, but now I loved it. Yeah.
It was the most intimidating thing I've ever done.
Is that real? I think that sounds like he's doing it for attention.
Ugh, I want to do something like that. For
I'd break
attention.
up my family for
I
attention.
want to do something like that for attention so bad.
Yeah, I'm going to say, man, my family got broken up, man. My family, man.
That guy, is that one of the Pennywise brothers?
No.
Oh.
But he could be. He could be.
The fact that you knew what I was saying, that's sad there. Now, the Pennywise brothers, I didn't have to explain who I was talking about.
Wait, do you know how many characters you have?
I want to say it's up in the 30s or 40s, I
Okay.
think.
Oh, right.
So, but it's like when you say have, it's like there's characters that I had or characters that I just like don't care to play anymore. But there's also like characters that I've played one time, or like I'm not gonna play f***ing Dr. Phil again. So he's
Yeah.
like, is he one of my character? You know.
Someone made a list on Reddit. Do you want me to read them to you and see?
Okay.
There's a lot. There's like a lot. Okay. Grandpa George.
What the fuck is all of this?
Do you want to guess which year you came up with that character?
2009, I believe.
Okay, it says December 17th, 2008.
Oh my God, maybe they're right. That was, you know what? I remember that was he honestly was like the first character that I made. And I don't know what inspired me to, well, my grandpa inspired me to make that video because
Yeah.
my grandpa would always say these one-liners. I would write them down in my journal.
Really?
Because I
Aw.
thought, and it would be like a poem. Anyway, I'm rambling about
No,
grandpa.
no, that's so sweet.
He's dead.
Moment
sorry.
of silence.
He was also in that footage I found, and there's so many one-liners that I'm getting from this footage from him.
I love that. I feel like I stole so much humor from my dad. My dad, like, he's actually really quiet, and then you get him at the family table, and he like makes every single person laugh.
Oh, you need people like that in every family.
Yeah.
That was my grandpa. He was the reason why I'm funny, I think. And we have a lot of funny people in our family, but
yeah.
it seems like you do too.
Okay, Alex Rimmer.
Welcome back to class, everyone, where I'm going to teach you how to
act like we mean it.
That's right.
Yes, that was my first series character, really. He was a theater teacher. Product of where we, using, not being resourceful, but using the resources you already have. I did a series about a theater class because we had access to college classrooms. And so Alex Rimmer was a product of that series. He was the teacher.
Oh my God, I miss college. I feel like college, I had access to so many resources that I didn't take advantage of.
Yeah.
Like I should have like used the whole campus or like explored it, but I wasn't like there yet. See, I feel like you were exploring in high school. In high school, I was quiet as shit. I was shy. I was like holding back. I was in Texas and I was like, I don't know, maybe I could have a wife and kids.
Oh my God, I had those same thoughts too.
And I still could.
And I think you're going to get to one of the characters probably that is a product of if I stayed in the closet, who I would be.
Oh, I'd have 3 kids, a wife, a boyfriend.
A wife, a boyfriend.
Yeah, a wife, a boyfriend, and yeah, an STD.
Just one. Just one cute little STD.
Just one. Like,
Yeah.
that's all it takes. That's all you need. I feel like this is adjacent in a way, but like my favorite type of comedy is going back to your first Vine is like that moment where there's a weirdo and like you're like when he turns to the camera, he says a child. You like know he's wrong. You know he's like the weirdo, and the immediate no. Like
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think like those moments make everything so funny because they're like a little off.
Yeah.
Like a little bit like I feel like even Kristen Wiig, she did an interview where that's what she said her favorite characters are like you need the person around that character who's like what's going on with this person to like and I think that you're like the normal person next to you makes you look more ridiculous.
Well,
and
yeah, it reminds the audience like just how fucking crazy this is.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I think that playing the straight person can be just as fun. I really do. Mo Collins from Mad TV taught me that. Any sketch with Mo Collins where she's like a normal person in the scene, just
Yeah.
certain sketch actors know how to be the normal person and still steal the scene. There's a lot of fun to be had when you're the one that is, or like Jason Bateman is a great example in Arrested Development.
He's really good.
Because he's honestly one of the funniest characters because of how grounded his reactions are to the chaos that's happening around him. So I think that character in Neighborhood Patrol that I played, who says no, I loved being that to the other characters.
I think my favorite Arrested Development moment is when Jason Bateman is talking to his mom, and she's like, "I woke up to a colored man in my kitchen," and then he goes,
Yeah.
"He goes, what color was he?
Yeah.
Blue."
He always knows to like wait, stop, finish the sentence. What
Yeah.
with the doctor?
The
Finish
doctor.
yeah, and it's his reaction because they're so authentic.
He's gonna be all right.
He's gonna all right.
right.
Now he's lost his left hand,
Yeah.
so he's gonna be all right. You mother. Yeah, I love that. Oh my God. Okay,
It's
sorry.
just so good. Okay. Lewis Boyd.
Let's stop crime together. We're here for you.
That's the neighborhood, but that's the guy we were just talking about.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dorian Ditson.
My name is Dorian Ditson. I've worked here for about 6 years now.
Dorian Ditson, Move I'm Gay, office
Move
employee.
I'm Gay.
Yeah.
Tito Dino.
I tell myself, what am I gonna do today? Oh, post office and then bank and then Costco.
Oh, Dino the Filipino. Yeah. Dino the Filipino, he's one of my favorite. And honestly, I've only done 3 videos of him. I suggest, if whatever you're doing, go watch that, because obviously when this is done, go watch Dino the Filipino. He's probably one of my favorite characters, and I don't do him anymore because it wasn't my voice. It was my grandmother's voice.
Oh, okay.
And I just lip dubbed it. I just filmed her saying some crazy shit and then did the voice. But so I retired him because she is retired now.
Okay, Helen Brownstein?
Well, my name is Helen Brownstein, and I've been a personal trainer.
Not so close to the camera?
Well, how are the people going to hear me? Here, chug this. I felt it with 5-hour energy.
Yeah, Helen. She's my hall monitor. She was one of the characters I had to make when I was popping off. I'm like, okay, the channel's blowing up. I need to start pumping out characters every week to ride this wave. And so Helen was a quick grab character. I just threw her together. Went to a thrift store, found some glasses, found that outfit, found the fucking wig on Amazon, threw on some Halloween makeup because I think it was around October. It was just a really fast, cheap, shitty drag because I needed a character that week.
You were coming up with every character. Every week was a new character.
For like a good 4 or 5 months, yeah.
That's awesome.
That's where the majority of my characters came from, that period of time. And the thing is, I knew, I was being real smart about it. I knew that your fame only lasts, the wave lasts for so long. So you do with that wave what you want. So I was going to the gym every day. I was eating healthy. I was doing a character. I would go to a bar. I would go to the Abbey by myself, sit in the corner, and just pull up my phone in my notes app and just write a script. So I didn't have any distractions at home. I was just at a bar writing my scripts for that week. I was hustling.
That's sick.
And I'm so fucking glad I was single during that time.
Yeah.
If I had a boyfriend, I don't know if I could have done it. If I had if I had to be taking care of someone, or if I had some major life obligation, luckily, the only thing I had to do was go to a law firm where my boss was already letting me make my work.
That's awesome.
I was very lucky, yeah.
That's great. I feel like you were set up. It was the perfect time for it to happen.
It was the perfect hole to launch yourself. Like I said, it feels like this very exact portal opened up and I only had a limited time to sprint through that. And so, yeah, I probably created I'm going to say 20 or 30 characters in the 4-month span.
That's awesome.
Maybe not that many. No, 4 months, probably I don't know, a lot. It was a character every week, basically.
I think the most impressive thing is they all feel so different from each other. You're really good at differentiating them, even though they're all you. If that makes sense.
Thank you. So that means a lot because I admire actors who can disappear into their characters like that.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to be someone. There's a lot of sketch comedy people who, especially on the internet now, where they don't fully commit to the look. Again, not trying to call anyone out. I just notice when people do something similar to what I do, but they're not putting on the makeup, or they're not or they're green screening, and they're not going to a place that looks like where that character would be. There's a certain, when you don't fully commit to the character, I just see the comedian.
Yeah.
I just see the person in a wig. I want to see and again, not to going back to Mad TV or even SNL, quality sketch comedy, those characters, you buy that they're the characters. And that's one thing I admired, was that anytime my favorite comedians would do a sketch, I didn't see them. I saw this thing that they were telling me they were. So anyway, that's all to say thank you for saying that.
Of course. Okay, next we have Elmer.
Welcome to Mashy Mart. My name is Elmer. What can I help you find today, sir?
Elmer's my customer service character that he's based off of all the bad moods I was in when I did customer service.
Kathy.
Kathy is based off of my mom, who's also named Kathy. She didn't like that I created a character based off of her, but now she's embraced it. And there's an action figure of Kathy that I used to sell, and she has it sitting on her mantle now.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
Bryce Tank Thrust.
Hello, gorgeous. I'm Bryce Tank Thrust, business mogul, former president, and sex icon.
Bryce Tank Thrust. She's my CEO character. And I was always obsessed with women in the late 80s, early 90s who were business bitches. That was really the rise of female power in the workplace, the big shoulder pads and the hair. And I was always obsessed. And the 90s too, we had villains Kerrigan Crittenton from Casper, or Debbie Jelinski from Addams Family Values. These were women that were in charge and beautiful. We had, the Death Becomes Her. That whole vibe of that kind of Aztec, what is it that what's the 80s style, Art Deco, that
Art
80s.
Deco. Oh yeah.
It's that element. So Bryce is all of those things for me. I love the big cell phones. She has a big phone. I loved it was just beautiful. And I think the 80s are the last original decade aesthetically.
Do you know Boston CEO on TikTok?
Oh yeah, we've worked together. I've done a video
really?
with my red CEO and her blue CEO together.
She kills me. Boss and CEO
Boss
here.
and CEO here.
Have you told that you don't have the income coming in anymore?
Income coming in anymore. So let's go in and what does she say? They're closed. That honestly is one of the funniest videos. I watched when that came out. I watched it like 15 times. Mainly Manny. That's the
Yeah.
person who does it.
And my favorite thing is like sometimes when she records, it looks like she's in a dream. Like it's like a hazy or something.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like,
oh yeah, she uses that cinema
yeah, like cinema.
effect.
And it's just like, and she's like so close to the camera. It's just so funny.
Your bills are affected. And it ain't coming in anymore. Sorry.
It's so good.
It's such a vocal stem. I think that's what people love about her too. Is they're fun lines to say back.
And then her face, like the way she looks, is just so good. Okay, how about the nuclear family?
At least 3 of us are getting into heaven.
Your sister's right, Daniel. We picked a religion. Satanism is a religion.
Yeah, I play out the whole family, and I was
Daniel, Trank, Barbara, sister.
I don't think those are their names. Daniel. I don't think the. No, I don't know who Daniel is. Maybe I'm getting this wrong. But
Echo Noir?
Echo Noir is one of the family members.
Oh, okay.
Oh my God, I haven't really watched the Nuclear Family in so long. That was me playing mannequins in a house where like they do the nuclear tests. Like if the mannequins could say have one last meal together, because they're just like sitting there, when the things go off. But yeah, the Nuclear Family, I made that so long ago, and I don't think I've watched it really since I've put it out.
Okay, Sam.
I'm Sam, and I'm 38 years young. Excuse me, Chinese man. This is my hippity house.
Sam is the character I was talking about. If I stayed in the closet for a long time, he's like bursting at the seams with fatness, but he's straight as a dick.
I kind of love when like a man is like married and has a wife and kids, and he's like a little gay.
Especially in Texas.
I know.
There's a lot of those out there where they're just like this because if you add a Southern kick to it, it's just like maybe I'm just really sweetly Southern.
Yeah, and they're a little sassy. I feel like they always have like little coiffed hair and like, a nice little tight shirt. And,
I need to tell you about this I met in, I think I was in Louisiana. He was a Southern guy with jeans up to here with a big ass belt buckle. Guy went, it's like, he was at a club on a Saturday night and he goes, I gotta get home. I got chili on the stove for tomorrow's service.
It's a little lispy. That's what gets me.
It's like very clean and polite. It's like it's Southern, but there's a clean, sharp politeness to it.
Yeah.
And that's fine. Just
I love it.
You know what I say? If you're not hurting anyone or yourself, if you feel good in the closet, you're not hurting anyone in there either. I just be whoever you want to be. Suck dick in the dark. I don't care. Maybe he really is straight. I don't know.
That would be me. I'd be like a little sassy. I'd have my little boyfriend on the side. No one would know about him.
Yeah.
Be cute. Wait, who was that comedian who, oh my God, I loved him. He was short and he was super sassy and gay and Southern.
Oh,
and
Leslie Jordan.
Leslie Jordan.
Oh my God. I was just thinking about him the other night. Yeah.
Have you ever seen that video of him? He's like, Daddy, I was twirling. Daddy, watch me twirl. Watch me twirl.
He became a real big star during COVID. He was doing a lot of lockdown. That's really, you know what? Good for him. Like he had one last real big boom in his life. I'm glad to see his last few years were like they looked fun.
Yeah,
and they looked exciting.
Everyone really, really loved him. Like
Everyone
I was like,
did.
It's just
you have to be a piece of shit to not like Leslie Jordan.
I know he had like such a warm, good spirit.
Yeah, he did. He followed me, but I never met him.
Really?
And it makes me think, like, what did he watch of mine that he liked?
Yeah.
I will say Sam is honestly based a little bit, I think, on Leslie Jordan. I'm not like Leslie Jordan was out as a box of crayons.
Yeah.
But that kind of the voice, I think, was kind of Leslie Jordan.
Yeah.
So I'm glad he made that connection to him.
So all of your people are like inspired by people you've met or know? I guess not like the nuclear family stuff.
Yeah, none of the characters are just purely from my own brain. Like they come from either someone on TV or a relative of mine.
That's probably why they hit so hard. Because it's like you can see pieces of people you know.
Well, all self-expression, like as an artist, whether you're a musician or a painter, we feel stuff, and then it's your job to like make something that makes other people feel what you felt. It's like manufacturing an emotion to send to someone else. And so when I do these characters, I'm really saying like, right, guys, this kind of person, right?
Yeah.
It's a way of me like bouncing back how that character made me feel. Like I just played Dr. Phil. Like That's how he makes me feel.
Yeah.
And so it felt good to like, and I know that's not really him. It's obviously it's a caricature. I'm a half-assed comedian, like doing a really shitty impression of him, but it's fun to lean into only the notes that you're hearing. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? On a person.
And it's just enough to like who you're watching. Like for
Yeah,
like
you
I
know, I'm
love
Dr. But you see the
yeah.
hair. I'm talking but I will say after studying him a little bit, he sounds a little Forrest Gumpy.
He
Yeah.
does. He has like a slow
Yes. With a hard R.
yeah. Yeah, he's like he really draws everything out. Last question before we get into our final segment, but do you miss Vine ever?
Of
Or
course. I
yeah?
hate having to sit through this long ass shit now. In 3 minutes for shit like TikToks are fucking long. I miss 6 seconds. 6 seconds. I'll watch that shit for 5 minutes if it's 6 seconds because I
Yeah.
know I could leave whenever. I've seen it all.
That has to be one of the hardest challenges. To be entertaining in 6 seconds
Yeah.
is really, really
It
hard.
really separates the bacon from the grease, if you know what I mean. Like, you
Yeah.
know who is a who's a creative genius. Because I feel like the 6-second limitation separate like they either hit or they didn't. They were either
Yeah.
genius or they just and there were some really creative people who blossomed during Vine. Really,
Yeah.
because they had to make express themselves in 6 seconds and some that brought out the best in some people.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite Vine that's not yours?
I really liked a lot of Nicholas McGallis's Vines. He would chase pigeons with his phone and be like a like a reporter, like, "Can you talk to us about the allegations, please? And the pigeon's like running away, like trying to dodge him. And he would do these videos that were just, you get it. Again, it's the kind of content I like. I didn't need to see any of his other shit to get that one. I think that's what
Yeah.
separates, I get like the good creators from the great ones is you need to be making content, in my opinion. I love content where I didn't have to watch you for 5 years to get the references.
Yeah.
You could just make anything you make, you could be shared with anyone and they get the joke.
Yeah. I think that's the best content.
But anyway, yeah, Vine. I do miss Vine. Do you miss Vine?
No, I mean, I miss absorbing content on Vine. Like 6 seconds, like scrolling. That was like my
Imagine Vine now with the algorithm of today. Because Vine didn't back then, they didn't really know how to give you what you wanted.
no, you just like that's like I miss in a way, I miss monoculture. Like
Let's
everyone
talk about
seeing
that because I have a lot to say about monoculture.
I miss like even I think that's why when you go to the club, you hear 2012 music. You hear like
Mhm.
it was the last time we were all listening to the radio,
All
last
at
time
the
we were
same
all
time.
hearing the same things, absorbing the same things, experiencing the exact same culture as each other.
Yep.
And if you're on Vine, you're seeing the big Viners, you're seeing the big vines, and you know all the references. And like that's how TikTok felt during at the beginning of COVID. Like you're all seeing the same stuff. And now it has just been everyone has their niche. Everyone has like a
Yep.
segment that they live in or a little corner that they live in on the internet. And I love that, but it also makes it harder to connect with people as seamlessly.
Yeah.
There's less
Yeah.
opportunity to like everyone know the same thing happening.
Weird Al was just talking about this in an interview. Like he would not have I don't think he would be successful today.
But oh yeah, because monoculture was really what drove parody music because everyone
Right.
was listening to the same exact thing.
It's like, what do you parody today that everyone's gonna get? Even it's like
Addison Ray.
Addison. I don't know Addison Ray.
Really?
See, 50% of the people in this show know who Addison Ray
On
is.
that note, the episode is I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
In all fairness, I live under a rock. But in all fairness, it's just truth to monoculture, like you said. What the is wrong with you?
Sorry, it started falling. So, yeah,
Actually, that's kind of a cute. I like you. It looks more like we're on a show.
I know. One of our guests in New York. Oh my god, I had the best story. Like,
Some people don't know how to work a mic. They really don't.
we're gonna get into our last segment called Wild Rides Fan Q&A. And in this segment is like I have people who will watch the show. My deputies, they'll submit their wildest story times,
Deputies,
and we will react to them. And if you're watching or listening and you want to send in a story, please make sure you send one that is outrageous. Email it to wildwildwebpod@gmail.com and address the email Dear Lesbian because my lesbian on staff will be reviewing. We hire lesbians here. Lesbians, we stand with you. You applauded. Okay, okay. Also, do you have any crazy stories you want to tell? Add to your digital footprint. You kind of told one already, but
I was really reckless in 2009 when I started becoming famous, or at least when I started getting fans. And I started making money from YouTube. 2009
Yeah.
was when I became a partner. I started using that money to fly out and hang out with my fans, and then they would take me to I would go to, like, places in the South, and I would go to
Really?
parties with strangers, and my parents didn't know where I was because they didn't need to I didn't wanna tell them about this YouTube life. They
Yeah.
they now know, and I don't think they're happy that I did that, but I could have been killed so many times. I didn't know who these people were.
Would you have a favorite experience?
A crazy fan experience?
Yeah.
Oh my god. No, I don't know, my fans aren't really that weird or they're not that creepy, I guess, other than that guy who called me out at that orgy thing.
Okay, well, here, I'll read this one story for us. I once had this elderly woman living next door to me in Midtown Houston who fell outside my door so loud,
Oh my god.
so loud that I opened my door and found her on the ground. So I went to go help her up, but she pulled away and hissed at me. I thought I must have, I thought I must have misunderstood what happened. So I asked her again if she was all right, and she super aggressively hisses at me again.
Girl, she wasn't alright before she hit the ground.
Then she got up and stumbled down the hall, so I just went back inside. Maybe 2 months later, I run into a neighbor of ours who tells me that he has a video of her on a Ring camera waving a gun around while pacing outside his door. She stopped at one point and just stared straight into the people for like a minute straight. Anyways, the same woman was arrested by the police in the parking garage for, I'm assuming, a separate incident. What? Grandma's got a gun?
Grandma's got a gun. Wait, did one of my fans send that in? You know, I used to live in an apartment in K-Town. You ever been to K-Town?
Oh, I was just there. I had matcha.
Oh, I will say the food is good. The food is
Okay,
good in
yeah, I was
K-Town.
like
They have the best food in LA. But there was this woman that lived in my building, and she would go into the laundry room downstairs and steal people's shit. And one time I went to go get my comforter out of the dryer. Comforter's gone. So I pull up the manager pulls up the footage from the elevator, and this woman goes in the elevator with my comforter and throws it on the ground and starts going, "Ha, ha, 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 ha."
What?
The next week, she chased another tenant with a hammer. Anyway, yeah,
What?
crazy comes in all forms, dude, and it's scary.
See, that's why I'm like, I can't move to LA. At least New York crazy, like people keep to themselves.
Do you not live here?
I live in New York.
Why do people in New York think that they're so much cooler?
Well,
You're not.
I actually was like, it's 2 degrees in New York today. And I was like, I want to live here. It's like 70 degrees today. I could do this.
I don't know why you wanna live in that way. I like New York as a place to visit, and it is the only other city I will live in. I will give you that. It is the only other but
Yeah.
LA, you just can't fucking beat the vibes here, dude. It's laid back, it is more chill, the weather's nicer, we got the nice fucking beach here, the food, don't get me started. Yeah, everyone's nodding. You're making the
She
wrong
lives in New York
choice. She could agree with me. Fuck you.
She lives in New York too. That's not even fair. And she's from
So,
California.
you could leave some people live in fucking Kansas. You could live
That's
in a
where she's
shitty area.
from!
Oh. I'm sorry, life has not been kind to you. Move to LA, it's nice and expensive here, and the air smells like shit. I will say the tap water in New York, though, you can guzzle that like cum. They do
Yeah.
something they treat the tap water differently there. That's why the bagels taste so much better. It's a fact.
The water in New York, the water in LA is just rough.
No, you don't drink the water in LA. I am taking a risk even by showering in it. The water in LA is just to say we have running water.
Oh, girl.
If you wanna get clean, wait till it rains and go outside. But no, I'll take dirty water for nice weather. That's what I want. I want a clip of me saying, "F New York."
Okay, yeah, say it to the camera. Say it to the camera.
I love New York, but things that I love, and New York, f you.
And on that
No,
note,
f your weather, though. I just hate weather out
the
there.
New York
I only
weather.
ever go to New York in the autumn or the spring. I don't
Yeah.
fuck with summer, I don't fuck with winter. I have such a thin skin, and you will too when you move here. You adapt. Do you know that?
Yeah.
You
I've
think
already
New York's
adapted. I don't wanna go back.
Well, no,
Like,
you're from Texas, so yeah, you know
it
what
gets cold in Texas. One time it was 40 degrees.
Ha! It gets hot in Texas, I'll tell you that.
Oh my god, I would be playing soccer and be 110 degrees outside.
Bitch, it don't get as hot as it does in Texas here, and it doesn't get as cold as it does in New York here.
Yeah.
It's like a happy medium. It's honestly the best weather in the country. I'm not kidding.
I was on Zillow today. It's gonna happen, you guys.
You need to. You need to. It's not more expensive than New York.
It's actually less expensive, like way less expensive than New York.
Yeah, those people are getting milked and drained for that shitty weather.
Just whack me. Okay. Well, thank you so much for coming on the pod. Do you want to let people know where they can find you?
Anywhere there's a search bar, just type in Brandon Rogers.
Come on now. Yeah.
Just type in my fucking name. It's a white name. You can spell it.
R-O-D.
No! Put a fucking D in there. Only pieces of shit spell their name with a fucking D. And every Brendan, too, while we're at it.
Brendan Rogers. Thank you for being on the show.
Piece of shit. Thank you for having me. This is a lot of fun. More podcast hosts need to be like this.
You're such a good talker.
Well, I like people who aren't like super like, man, we have to get back on time. We're going too long. We have to get back on. I'm like, let the music play. We're dancing.
Yeah, we were dancing.
Yeah.
I was twirling.
I was.
Daddy, I'm twirling.
Yeah. Twirl those ribbons, girl. Oh my God. This was fun. Thank you for having me.
Oh my God. Yeah. Well, guys, make sure you like, rate, and review the podcast wherever you get it. Every time you do that, a lesbian gets their wings. Yay!
Fly away, lesbian. No, stay here, but just fly.
Fly away, lesbians.
Fly in the room, but don't leave us, lesbians.
Subaru away. U-Haul.
U-Haul away.
U-Haul away.